It's Monday morning, everybody, so an ideal time for a rant, and this is a proper one. This isn't a thank you one or any of the other more sort of restrained ones that I've done lately. This one comes about after a ride, a 4-part in video ride that I took yesterday, and in the last part there was actually a comment left about it, and I thought it might be time to touch on the subject actually, and that is people in their big trucks that seem to think that they own the road. And we had a couple of examples of that yesterday coming into Llangadog, where it's sort of like, get out of my way, I'm coming through, I've got a big truck. And in fact the right of way on the road was mine. Admittedly, the vehicles coming through may not have seen me at the time and they couldn't have predicted I was coming, but they were passing parked cars on their side of the road, and even though they saw me coming, they made no attempt to really sort of slow down or perhaps even just move over a bit or acknowledge I was there. I could see that I had enough room to get through, so I deliberately went through as closely as I thought was safe to them, to really let them know that I was there. Now that might have been a bit irresponsible on my part, I don't know, but I knew that I had room and I knew that I could get through. So basically I thought, sod you, you're just pushing your way through. And I think there's a lot of it about actually, and I think people get these big vehicles and they feel like that makes them bigger and more important, and the fact that perhaps the vehicle costs so much, I don't know, maybe 30,000 quid or 40,000, whatever, you know, look at me in my big expensive vehicle, get out of my way. Well, I've got news for you folks, your type. This isn't everybody of course, but that type. No matter how much you spend on your vehicle or how big it is, it doesn't change the rules of the highway code just for you, because you've got a big vehicle and you think you've got some kind of presence and superiority over other people. Now get real and wake up, because there might just be a lorry or something round the next bend and he'll be a lot bigger than you. And in fact I've operated machinery that could crush and rip your vehicles to shreds. Terrifying machines. So just try and picture yourself as yourself when you're not in the vehicle, right? When you're in the vehicle. Now, unless you're a totally ill-mannered oaf who doesn't deserve the time of day, I would wager that you probably behave a lot more politely and pleasantly among other people when you're not in your monster truck. So just try and keep the mindset that you've got outside of your truck when you get in your truck. It's not a climb down to show manners and follow the rules of the road and the highway code, okay? My motorbike, I've ridden motorbikes since I was just shy of 12 years old, and in that time I have had contact with a tractor, that bloody hurt. I've had contact with a lorry, that really hurt, right? Both of those, certainly the lorry, were actually my fault. But that doesn't change anything, it hurt like hell. The driver of the car pulled out of a lane in front of me and I couldn't do anything about that, so that wasn't my fault. But I can tell you, tractor, lorry, car, they all hurt. Your monster truck would hurt me, if not kill me. Now, just imagine if you actually hurt or even killed a biker with your big monster truck while you're being big and important and wealthy and whatever. You might just find yourself doing a stretch as well, and it does no favours at all for the person that you've hit. So just try and, well, grow up a little, alright? Your big truck does not make you big. Your big truck does not give you power, right? It really doesn't. You might think so, but snap out of it and realise it's just a form of transport that you've probably paid far too much money for, and try and give the smaller man or woman a little bit of space and credibility. All we're trying to do is go about our business and make our trips and perhaps enjoy our ride out. We're not after getting squashed or being told that we're less important than you. So think on, please, and it might save somebody's life if you do.